All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donovan Sadiq. I'm the Inland Empire Informer. I'm standing in front of March Air Reserve Base Gymnasium, and the famous thing about this gymnasium is there's a plaque sitting up there. And for those that don't know, Bob Hope, you know you're getting pretty old when you talk to younger people, and they're like, who the hell is Bob Hope? But for us military people, Bob Hope was a very significant person who really supported the troops during World War II. In every war up until Desert Storm, until he got old enough and he passed on. Him and his wife, big supporters of the military. However, basic trivia: Bob Hope did his very first USO show right here at March Air Reserve, or at the time March Air Force Base, or March Field, as it was known back then. And this was the very first place it was done. So it's a very historic area. It's very sad that this base was reverted to a reserve base. It's a very historic base, a lot of history here, a lot of historic buildings. I believe it's one of the oldest, I think if not one of the old, I think it is the oldest Air Force installation on the West Coast. So with one of the longest runways. So a lot of stuff going on there. But back to what I really want to talk about to you guys is a lot of people have been asking me, what is this Alberta at moval.org thing is? Okay, but what's actually happening is Highland Fairview is back. It is election season. They are trying to ensure that their project goes through. And you notice that Highland Fairview right now, they're doing backpack giveaways. They're doing health drives, and they're putting all this money in to buy the electorate, and a lot of it is geared toward the Hispanic community and the Black community, and and just people that are disadvantaged. So he's taking advantage of his generosity. But notice that every time his projects pass or he gets his way, all of that goes away, and then until something else comes up. So it's very sad that you've got people that will take a temporary thing and bury the rest of us. And what I mean by that is if you look at some of his candidates, they're willing to sell their soul. Leroy Holt, Victoria Baca, well, she's been sold her soul. All these people are out here just to make money. They could care less about the community and what's really going on. Leroy Holt, Al Bundy Holt, his claim to fame is he played football. Nobody's ever heard of him until recently. And I've been telling him to research a guy named Luke Fuller. If you guys remember Luke Fuller, he took about $15,000 from Highland Fairview and ruined his reputation. Nobody has seen Luke Fuller since. And that's what Highland Fairview does. They prey on people because they know, disadvantaged people economically, that they're in desperate situations, so they will do desperate things. But there is nothing worse than ruining your name and your value as a person over a few dollars that is backed by nothing. And that's what happened to Luke Fuller, and we haven't seen him since. And Luke Fuller was a former police officer, so what does that tell you? What's going on now is he has a full court press to reinstitute his WLC project. I've said this from the get-go. I have never gone away. And and that's another thing you need to look at. Look at these candidates that just pop up only when it's election time. So there's a few of us that are out there that never went away. I lost my election. I've lost twice in the election. I'm still here putting out the information, doing what I got to do. Am I running for anything? No, I'm not. However, these people pop up. You need to ask yourself the question, why is it that they only pop up during election season? Who is backing them, and why are they backing them? What do they stand for? I think these are very important questions, and if you don't research these candidates, get ready, because Moreno Valley will turn into the city of Stockton, Commerce, and Fontana. That's, the localest thing that I can come up with is Fontana in the Inland Empire. That's what we're going to be. And they're selling their souls, and Iddo's doing this because he has to redo the EIR, and he wants to, and now the whole process has to start over again. So he has to go through council, and he wants to make sure he has that council vote. I'm asking you guys, please. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm telling you to research these candidates and vote for the candidate that most closely resembles the issues that are important to you. I'm Donovan Sadiq. I'm the Inland Empire Informer. I'm at March Air Reserve Base. I was stationed here 30 years ago. It was a beautiful base back then. It is still somewhat a beautiful base. Just very sad that because of greed and politics and money, $65 million that was pumped into our local economy is gone. Now, with it being a reserve base, we're getting about $16 million that's pumped into the local economy. Very sad.